Imagine you're in a tie hockey game. You're on a breakaway, and the puck is on your stick for a chance for you to score the game-winning goal. You're about to shoot the puck, but then the puck bobbles off your stick. The crowd sighs and the buzzer sounds because you missed the opportunity, just because you didn't retape your stick. Today, I'll be showing you why you have to retape the handle of your stick and the blade of your stick to be prepared every time for game day. I'll be explaining this in 5 easy steps on why you have to. So for our first step, it's untaping the stick. Obviously, this is pretty dirty and it's messed up. A lot of puck marks on here. It's lost grip from the slippery of the ice and the water on top of the ice. It's cut right here. It's starting to flip over and become rough on the edges. Up here, it's chipping. It's losing its tape at the corner. So obviously, the stick is not ready and not for its best use right now. So for the first thing you're going to do for this step is that you're going to find a spot to where you can start ripping it off. So right here, I kind of already have one right here. So I'm just going to take this, flip it over just like that. And you're just going to do this and work your way down the whole stick. Sometimes it will flip over though, so you have to be careful and watch out for that. Take just one piece at a time. Nice and easy. And I will save these pieces in a second. I'll show you why that I save those. So I like to do one strip at a time. It makes it easier. It saves for any extra pieces of tape that you'll have to pick up later. You come in, strip left, find the best spot where you want to pick it up at. Here. Last piece, you should be good. All right, so now that I have all the leftover pieces of tape, I like to use this, especially with the sticky side up, to take off the excess pieces that get stuck on the bottom and on the toe of the blade. So basically you're gonna take this ball of tape and you're just gonna press down simply on the edge of the blade just to get all the excess and little balls of tape off there. This is pretty simple, takes 2 seconds. All right, this just helps your blade stay smooth, ready for the next tape job. All right, so we have this is ready. I'm gonna take my white roll of tape. I'm gonna set up properly, start peeling off the tape. I'm gonna start taping my stick. So this is the toe of the blade, this is the heel, as you kind of look at it as if it was a foot. So most players go from heel to toe, but I like going from toe to heel. This just allows me to get the puck better off my stick, and I just like it better. Basically, you're gonna get a big start off the tape. You wanna press it down firmly on the stick. Make sure it's nice and smooth. You're gonna flip over. Since the toe of the stick is rounded, you're gonna wanna make sure you have extra flaps off the top so you can cut it off at the end. That way, your whole blade of the stick is covered for protection. Same thing, you're just gonna go back and forth as you do this. First couple of sets, you will have to cut off these excess pieces. All right, just gonna pull down firmly. Sometimes I like to press down on the overlaps of the blade. This just helps make it smoother and not as rough. Nice over, flat, over. Sometimes you have to watch out for bubbles that like overlap in the stick. So if you don't pull it down on the blade tight enough, like if I stretch up here loosely, it's gonna bubble up right here. So you're gonna make it nice and flat. Back over, gonna speed through this for time purposes, but just back and forth. You're gonna pull, make sure it's tight, and flip. Pull, make sure it's tight. Flip. Sometimes your tape will like roll up like this for some reason, so we'll just throw that away after. Pull, tight, pull, tight, pull. You want to make sure your overlaps on the tape is even too. You don't want to have any extra gaps in there. So the reason we tape our stick is because it gives the most grip for the puck, keeps our blade from not breaking, helps give it protection. Yeah. So at the end there, I just ripped off the end of the tape. There's that. Our blade is done right here. Now we're gonna take our scissors. We're gonna cut off the excess, the overflaps right here. So you're just gonna pull it, make sure it's nice and tight, and just start cutting away the flaps. There's that. Trash pile there. Keep cutting. Taping your stick is really important because it helps you have the best gameplay, helps you have control of the puck, helps you shoot better stick handling. So now our blade's done, and now something I like to do is customize it. So this is a hockey puck right here. We're gonna come through, and something I like to do, I like to give it a big outline of the puck. It's just something I like to do. It's very opinionated, but so we're just gonna take it, smooth down the line, have a firm press. This way you get a cool little crisp line right here. I'm gonna do the same thing down both parts of the blade. Up here, up here. Same thing on the backhand of the stick, heel to toe. You have to go in the same way if the overlaps are going, so they're overlapping this way. That way it pushes them down, it's nice and flat. If I go the other way, they'll start to roll over, and you do not want that. All right, there you go, that's how you have it for the blade right there. Nice and firm overlaps, cool design, something I like to do. All right, now for the handle. This is obviously very used and worn out, as you can see right here. It used to be this color, now it looks like this. So, same thing, we're gonna untape this. Find a little spot, I have this big hole right here, good place. This you're just gonna take nice and easy, slow. Back to our trash pile. This is very simple way to help you have the best handle of your stick. Great way for grip on the puck, grip on your stick for face-offs, for when you're shooting. It's important to have a good handle because it helps you hold on to your stick for when you need it the most. So I'm just gonna spiral this up towards the end of the stick. All right, there's that, we're done. Look how old that is, very worn out. So some players like to retape this every time. I don't, because it doesn't really need it every time, but this just helps for your pinky to have a little grip on the top of your stick so it doesn't fly out of your hands all the time. This is grip tape. This is what we use on the top of our stick. Obviously from the name, it helps give you the most grip. So we're gonna stretch it, overlap it at the top, give it a nice firm press. Go. There's the top. And now as we just go down the edge of the stick, we're just gonna spiral. Make sure we have nice overlaps because grip tape, it sticks to itself. It's not sticky on either side, so it's pretty smooth. Just make sure it overlaps so it stays together. I like to go farther down the stick because on face-offs it helps me have better control. Helps me know where I'm gonna go with the puck. This is pretty simple. We're just gonna come all the way down. Alright, that should be good. Finish it off by going one extra time around so the whole thing sticks together. And we're just gonna rip it from here. There's that, press it down, make sure it's nice and smooth. Something I like to do at the end is I like to tape the bottom so this part doesn't flap over and roll up. So we're gonna take our small tape, find a little edge here, and then we're just gonna press down right here. This is pretty important to take your handle. Gives you most grip as possible on your stick. Let's cut this. Gives you the most grip, helps you hold on to your stick at all times, gives you more control and feel for your stick and feel for where the puck is. So right now, our last step, we're just gonna customize the bottom. Take your Sharpie. I like to write my number on here, this way if I ever break my stick, the coaches know which one is mine, which one's handed to. Also just shows that it is my stick and not to get mixed up with anybody else's. So I just like to put my initials on here, my number, a little cross, and a little Trinity emblem. And there you have it. I have the blade or the knob of my stick right here, grip tape, firm handle. Have the blade of my stick right here. This is ready for game day. So in conclusion, this is important because it helps you control the puck, be prepared for game day, helps you have better feel, better grip. So yeah, those are the 5 basic steps on how to tape a hockey stick and why you should do so for every game day.